more humble.
So it's crazy.
I feel like the internet.
Man, welcome back to another episode of the Think Successfully Room. This is the platform where we focus on building mindsets, building character, bringing value to both you and your people, and aligning your body with your intelligence. I am your host, QB So Effing Amazing. I just recently lost my voice, so bear with me, y'all. Man, I got Coach Juice up in here today, man. How you feeling, cuz?
I'm good, man. Fresh off work. Shit, I'm here, man. Chop it up with you real quick.
Man, appreciate you for sliding to the Think Successfully Room, man. This is long overdue, bro.
Man, way overdue.
Yeah, man. So, man, I ain't gonna waste too much time. I'm gonna get straight to it. So, when it comes to coaching, man, what made you coach?
What made me coach? Shit. Honestly, it started when I was in Kentucky for 9 years. I just came back home last year.
Mm-hmm.
But my son was playing for this program called Purpose Vision. Shout out to my guy BA.
Mm-hmm.
But he was playing up. They didn't really have a team for his grade, so he was playing up, and he was still getting. He was learning. He was fresh, and them little dudes was nice.
Yeah.
They like. Man, Jahan young. He young for his class, so he playing with people that's like a couple years older than him.
Mm-hmm.
And BA really just did me a solid because I mean, if Jahan had to try out, he fuck around would have been axed.
Right.
But so I started. I kept bringing him to practice and everything, but he wasn't getting too much playing time, and. A couple leagues passed, and BA come to me. He was like, "Hey, bro, I see you helping out with the team already. We can start a team for Jahan's age, so he can get more playing time." And really, everything started from there. And so that's like that's 2017. I want to say, and since then, outside of the COVID years. I've been at it,
Man, so I wanted to take more so like a dive, because as you know, like we was talking about prior to the the camera even filming. When it come to coaching, I feel like coaches may not get enough credit sometimes, because I do feel like to an extent y'all do act as that role model, that parent. That the kids may not have inside the household.
You definitely wear plenty hats for them.
Yeah.
Even with me growing up, probably I still call Coach Mo like Coach. I don't even say, I don't know if he ain't call him by his first name or whatever, but he's my 6th grade middle school basketball coach. One of them. Coach Mo, he's still an integral part of my life, and I just see how, like you said, because I never had no daddy issues or nothing.
Right, yeah.
But you know how your dad can tell you this 100 million times, it go one ear out the other because that's pops, you know what I'm saying? But then you hear it from somebody else, maybe it's the way he delivered it to you.
It clicked different.
It just clicked different, and that kind of thing just always. It stuck out to me, even with different coaches other than Coach Mo. But
do you feel like coaches don't get enough credit for the role they have to play?
I think, for the most part, honestly, I think they do.
Mm.
Do they get the credit? Yes. Are they always appreciated? I don't think so. Not all the time, because. You get blinded by, like, let's say wins and losses, but sometimes parents don't always see what goes on at practice, like how you may not even say nothing to their parents when they get home, but let's say John Doe had a bad day at school or whatever. Shit, he come to practice, he take his mind off everything, but he gets his mind off the bullshit that might have happened, and then you can actually connect with them, because you can tell when you're around somebody enough if their energy or something's bothering them.
Right.
And like So even with me, like I would pull them to the side, man, what's up with you? Like, it's a no judgment zone. This shit is between me and you. And then they'll tell me. We'll try to come up with a solution, how it can get better or resolve it, whatever the situation may be. And then we back on in between the lines. And then I just think it's a safe haven.
Right, yeah. I was finna go into that, man, and because now a lot of people I grew up with, we haven't always got into like sports per se. It was always the music on my end. You know, you may have a lot of friends that all y'all knew was sports. You know what I'm saying? So y'all had coaches to, you know, y'all can hop in and talk to if need be. But I do feel like, you know, on my end, that extra role model could have saved a lot of people that were around me, you know, at a younger age. And that was just something that I wanted to chop it up with you and get your opinion about, because, you know, speaking for myself, I didn't, you know what I'm saying, I didn't have a father at all, you know what I'm saying. I was unfortunate in that area, and I just never, like, you know how if something happened to your dad at a young age, you know, majority of the time another guy may come along and fill those shoes. I never had that either, you know what I'm saying, mainly because my mom just had bad taste in men, you know. So something like a coach could have saved me in a lot of areas, you know what I'm saying. I know I turned out pretty fine, but I feel like if I had somebody early on, I probably could have progressed a lot faster.
My thing is, the way I feel about sports, and it don't even gotta be sports, but any extracurricular activity. It could be like chess club or something, but like even like I grew up here, like some of the biggest gangsters in the city before they went left, they was hooping, playing football, whatever. Like we was out there, I was out there with them. Like and some of them was like super nice. And you know, circumstances get fucked up. You know, folks feel they do what they got to do. But sports do save people, because let's say you got practice Monday through Friday. Shit, for those 2 hours, you out the way.
Yeah,
you out the way. And shit, a lot of times, if you practicing hard enough, shit, you get home, you tired, you finna eat. Shit, you probably in the crib for the night. A lot of times.
Right.
So I ain't gonna say it gets a bad. I ain't gonna say it gets a bad rap, but I think a lot of people get accused of living their lives through their kids in that way, because they want to be super, super extra with them. But it's like, for ones, that's like keeping their kids. I think it's just keeping them active.
Right. Because that's a big one.
What the fuck else would you be doing? And then they in the house, you gonna complain about them being in the house,
right,
running up, eating up all your food, playing video games. Like, man, go do something.
Right.
So, like that's like I said, 2 hours. Let's say 4 or 5 days a week. That's 8-10 hours.
So, what would you say? And I don't want to mess up little cuz name, man, Jahan, right? So, what would you say? You know, if you can name something, what you may do different with him that most parents might not do with they kid.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna push him, because I think all kids need direction.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, but when he gets to a certain age, I would feel like if he told me he didn't want to hoop, right? I'd be like, cool. I'm not gonna make you do basketball, but you gotta figure something out. Like, it don't gotta even, like I said, it don't even have to be a sport. Like, but you're not just finna be chilling and just not doing shit. You're gonna figure out. And he's in the outside of sports, like he's into, like, he always says he wants to be a YouTuber. You know, like probably like hella kids that do. So I wouldn't necessarily force him to do it if he didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you do see that with parents. And I think it's fucked up, because you're gonna make your child gonna resent you.
Yeah, that's a big one. That is a big one, man. And most importantly, man, is just allowing them, in hooping. Some kids holds on to that for a long time. Like, look, this is just what I want to do. I don't want to do nothing else. And some may just be going through a phase.
Yeah.
But that is like you just mentioned, that is a big one where, the parent may wanted to hoop or go to college for this, and they try to live that life through the kids.
Yeah, you see it, especially you see it in AAU a lot, and like kids younger than my son, like be on them, and like I said, John's 11.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see some 7-8-year-olds out there, and their parents is like, you would think they was going to college next year. I'm like, bro, he might not even be playing in 4 years.
Right, yeah.
So
like when you how hard would you say they be trying to live through the kids?
From what I've seen, if I put it to a ratio, I say about, when you say that, as far as how many people I know, or
like because you said it shows. So do they be, I guess, riding them too hard?
Yeah. super aggressive.
I feel like as a parent, you should want your child, you should want them, like, for y'all to be involved. You should want your child to, like, man, I want my mom and dad involved. Now, if it's to a point to where they just don't want to tell you nothing about what they got going on, that means you gotta lighten up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You may be riding them too hard. And another thing with parents as well is that, a lot of them feel like, I provide a roof for them and I provide food for them.
So you gonna do as I say?
Yeah, so you gonna do as I say.
Yeah.
But, I do feel like it's a lot more to being a parent than just providing food and a roof for your child.
Man.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, you got to be your child's friend, because you don't necessarily have to barter with them by saying, like, I mean, I ain't negotiate with my parents. Like, for the most part, it was, you gonna do what I say if I ask you to do something. But if I honestly feel, if I'd have told my dad, like, look, I don't want to play such and such sport, he wouldn't have forced me.
Yeah, he would have respected it.
He respected it. He might have asked me why. He wouldn't have had me quit in the middle of a season or nothing. You gonna finish, and then shit, you don't gotta do it no more. But when it's not fun to a kid, man, they probably shouldn't be doing it.
Right, yeah.
And shit, and I'll use myself as an example. Like, even with John, even with my son, like on the team when he was, like I said, when he wasn't like super good enough to play, like I felt myself kind of like on him a little bit, and I had to check myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I think one thing that kind of helped was when the pandemic hit and shit just shut down. We couldn't really do nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that kind of helped him find his love for it a little bit, because I think they went like a year and a half. He wasn't really touching the basketball other than that. Like, because I don't know if it was like that up here, but when it got warm that year, like the rims was down. So you couldn't even go up and get shots up anywhere unless you was fortunate enough to own a gym.
The park was shut down.
Yeah, but it's funny because you would see, like, you wouldn't see no rims, but you would see people up there playing soccer because the soccer shits is still up, getting it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But
damn, I never paid attention to that shit. They shut the parks too, though.
Everything was over with. And I get it, it was it was wild for a minute, man.
Man, at that point, you probably had to, buy a basketball hoop and put it in front
have
of the
to.
crib.
Like, or that, if you had a hoop, but shit, me and him, we was just doing ball handling shit, going to the park, just doing passing shit, just doing what we could, bro.
Damn, so what about your daughter? Is that something she get into too?
Jada the superstar, man. That's like the natural, man. She's on the cheerleading team or dance team. I hope I'm saying it right. You know how women are when you get their sports raw. But no, she's good, man. She doesn't really hoop. When she was up here, before she came up here for the summer, she was up here for like a weekend. Her grandmother brought her up, and I threw her in just to do it. Like, I asked her if she wanted to play in the league. It was like a little league that Joe had going on, and she said she wanted to play. I just threw her out there, and my baby got a bucket. So she's like, I don't know, man. I don't know if it's just girls or just her from being the second born and like trying to in her own way keep up with her brother. And a lot of times she was in the gym before, like the whole practice before she couldn't even walk. She was just staying in the damn car seat a little bit. So I don't know if that got something to do with it, but like Jada's like she's like my natural. Like
she curious.
Tell her something once, she gonna get it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
She curious, man. So, that's important, man. And I just want to commend you on something, cause a lot of times people may see their child, find an interest in something, but they don't necessarily help them tap into it. The fact that, she was curious with whatever, and you kind of just threw her out there and helped her tap into it, man. That's a big one.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. I can't take all the credit for that, man. Because like, even when she was young, we had this little trampoline type thing that had like a bar on it, but she was always flipping on it. And like me and her mom at the time would like send videos back and forth to each other, and like her mom found like that cheerleading team for her and got her all in on it. And she just so happens to be like super talented. Like, not just saying this because she's my daughter, but like she's like one of the best kids on her team. Like naturally. So yeah, man. Shout out to Jada, man.
How old is she?
Jada's 6. She'll be 7 in November, bro.
Yeah. Shout out to little cuz, man. It's definitely man, when we get the time, man, I do want a more formal introduction as far as them. I would like to meet them one day.
Yeah, man. For sure.
Man, we gonna have to chop it up, cuz, man. And yeah, man, just keep in tune with me, cuz.
Yeah, man, you ain't finna have no shorties no time soon, bro.
Man,
fucking with it.
No, it ain't even that I'm not fucking with it. I always feel like the timing is right. You know what I'm saying? And correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of times babies come up not necessarily unexpectedly, but they happen when you're not necessarily prepared for it.
Man, you ain't gotta tell me, bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's all. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is in play, all the moves that I'm trying to make. I want to know once my babies get here that they set.
That's the right way. I'll say that much. So
yeah, I do have a daughter though. You know what I'm saying? That I've been around her for a while now. And at some point you'll meet her, but and she'll be 11 in December.
Oh, that counts too, man.
Yeah. So and then I don't look at her no different, man.
Yeah, that's what's up.
So man, cuz definitely keep in tune with me, blood. Man,
always,
appreciate
man.
you for coming to the podcast.
Sure, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate for having me. It's long overdue, man.
Yeah. No, we're gonna have to do it again, man.
Got me on my shell a little bit.
All right, y'all. We're going to go ahead and close this out, y'all. Life is good. Life is wonderful. Be blessed to be alive. Self-sufficiency is how you survive. To the kings and queens, to the guys and goddess, forever and always, my nigga. Think successfully. Yeah.